Back inside the Blue Zone, it is First and Joel. Dave Griffiths here alongside Joel A. Erickson, Indy Star, Colts insider. Joel, it's been a long time since the Colts have gained positive yardage on First and Joel in the regular season, but now they're 1-0 entering week 2. What do you think after this week, after the way went in and they studied the film and they're able to take things away from the game, what do you think they are most pleased about coming out of game 1 with the victory?
I really think it's the way the offense operated with Daniel Jones. This is the reason that Shane Steichen picked him, was that he was going to do all that stuff right. But seeing it in action, in game, against a Miami defense that really was trying to throw a lot of wrinkles at them. They blitzed 51.5% of the time, by far the most of any team in the NFL last week. To see them handle all of that, pick it all up, he made the right throws, it looked good. Knowing all that, I think is a huge deal for them, because it confirms what Shane Steichen thought, which is we need someone who can run the offense. You think back to last year, I don't necessarily have the stats on it, but this team struggled with the blitz a year ago. This time Miami threw the house at them, and it didn't matter.
You can see a story that Joel did on Indy Star about blitz pickup, talked to offensive line coach Tony Sperano Jr., got some juicy details about everything behind the scenes there, and they're going to have to be on their P's and Q's, as Shane Steichen said this week, against Denver, because last year Denver, most sacks in the league. Week 1 this year, most sacks in the NFL with 6.
Yeah, Denver has something that Miami doesn't. They have Nick Bonitto. And he is, if you don't know his name because he's just kind of getting into the NFL, you need to know his name. Nick Bonitto is an absolute incredible pass rusher. I think they're going to treat him like they would treat a TJ Watt, those types of players. They have to find a way. Miami doesn't really have that guy. They've got a bunch of guys, but they've got a bunch of guys who are at like a B level. Nick Bonitto is an A.
Colts fans might remember Nick Bonitto as the man who was running the other way with the football after he picked off the not so well finished A.D. Mitchell reverse pass. I'm trying to put that as nice as I can, but last year, if you look back to that, the two big plays the Colts fans will remember, well, that play and Jonathan Taylor obviously dropping the ball at the 1, but it's easy to forget that at halftime the Colts held the lead and the Broncos offense was not that impressive in that game.
Yeah, if you go back and look at the statistics, Denver's offense only gained around 200 yards. Bo Nix really struggled, turned over the ball a bunch of times himself. They didn't really run the ball. It was only like 2.7 yards per carry. It's obviously a different defense, but that honestly should probably work in favor of the Colts, because Lou Anarumo's defense is going to present harder challenges for Sean Payton in terms of identifying what they're going to do and guessing all that stuff than the last defense did. So there is a way to see this, kind of looking the same way if they don't make the big mistakes and if they get more out of their passing game. That was an underrated piece of last year's game, was that Anthony Richardson really struggled in Denver.
All right, now it's time for Joel's keys to the game. What's going to be key to the Colts coming out with a victory against the Denver Broncos?
Well, number 1, block Nick Bonitto. You got to block. That's probably going to mean chips. That's probably going to mean people hitting him, getting 2 guys on him. I think one of the other things is they've got to do something to take. We talked a little bit about cadence with Daniel Jones this week. They got to do some stuff to keep him from getting off the snap. Got to block Nick Bonitto. Number 2, blast away. Blast away with Jonathan Taylor. This is he had the gaff, he had the fumble last year, and that's what everybody remembers. But they also rushed for 150 yards against this Denver defense. This Denver defense wants to get you in passing situations, wants to blitz, wants to make you throw the ball at Patrick Surtain. Don't let him do that by running the ball with Jonathan Taylor and DJ Giddens after we saw what he did last week. And then the last key is befuddle Bo. Bo Nix, to me, at this point in his career, is more of a Sean Payton creation than he is a finished product. We kind of saw that last year. Week 1 this year, he didn't look that great in terms of where he was going with the football. Lou Anarumo's specialty is confusing quarterbacks. We saw it last week with Tua Tagovailoa. He needs to do it to Bo Nix to get the win.
That is Joel A. Erickson. Check out his work online, IndyStar.com. We'll be right back inside the Blue Zone.